Well, hello all. Happy NFL draft day for you football fans. I'm pretty pumped about it, and I'm kind of taking the afternoon off, getting ready to go have some cocktails tonight and root for my Steelers. I've been wanting to do this. Been waiting to do this video until my new phone showed up, but 3 days guaranteed shipping has turned into a week. So I'm not real happy. I ordered it last Friday. It was supposed to be here Tuesday, guaranteed, whatever that means. You know, when they guarantee something, it's not really guaranteed, is it? So enough with that rant. I'm supposed to be getting it tomorrow, but tomorrow's going to be a real hectic day. So what I'm going to show is where I get my phones and what I'm looking for. Now, some very important things, like I've told you all in a previous video, I'm looking for decent processor speed, like 1.4. 16 gigabytes of memory is a must, at least. 32 is okay, but if you can strip all the crap off your phone, 32 is not needed. You're just paying more for it then. At least 2 gigabytes of RAM. I honestly, between my Aristo 2s and my Samsung 7s, I don't see a big difference in performance between the 2 gigabytes of RAM with the Aristo 2s and the 4 gigabytes of RAM with the Samsung S7s, Galaxy S7s. So that being said, I've narrowed down what I buy to 2 phones. And actually, I just looked up a third today just to see, and I'll get to that after a bit. So I saunter over to eBay, and I don't I don't do the auctions. I really should, but I don't. So I just do it by now. So, and I of course set it by price, and these are the Aristo 2s. Now, eBay prices for phones suck, and I'll be absolutely the first one that says that. They're ridiculously overpriced for what you're getting. I mean, so what I'm looking for is these are the Aristo 2s, of course, and I don't care. I don't care if they got a busted screen, but the screen cannot be missing chunks. That's a big no-no. Now, the other hugely important thing, and I can't stress this enough, is it cannot be a Google locked phone. Now, I don't know if there's a way around that, but I'm not going to take the chance, and I'm personally not even going to do the research on if there's a way around that. So, can't be Google locked. It can't be locked in any fashion. I don't care. I kind of care that that it's got like a clean IMEI. I think that's what they call it. So the other thing on eBay, you got to be really careful with the buyers. Now, I normally just go with these top rated seller guys. This phone, I'll try to give you a little close up of the screen. This is a little much for me. I mean, that is just bad. I'm afraid that that it will be losing chunks. Now, the other thing is, if you look at the bottom there, that is missing chunks, and that's where the around where the back buttons are or close. So there'd be no way I would buy that phone. I mean, $28. No, thank you. I'm going to spend a little more. Well, it's actually more than that with the shipping. So I think this one, I looked at it. I didn't look at that because of the seller. That's really not bad. 912. So, and I don't know why that's not. I don't like pictures that I can't see what's going on. Show me a picture where I can actually see the screen, where it's not blacked out. I think this is one I looked at earlier. Now this screen that's fairly beaten up, but I wouldn't say it's overly bad. Not from, not a bad seller there. Let me see if I can get the one that I was definitely looking at. This is a big seller here. I mean, you're talking 86,000. As you can see, the screen is in good shape. I do like their little nifty stands. I might have to get a hold of them and see how I can get those stands. I kind of like that. But, you got to read the description on these. The description is so vitally important. So, unfortunately, most of these, descriptions are clear down here. It's saying it's fully functioning and it's fully guaranteed. I don't care if they come with these aftermarket chargers and cable. They're usually just these horrible, cheap Chinese things. When I bought my Samsungs, they sent me a bunch of these cheap chargers that I tried using for other things, and they wouldn't work. And I even tried them on the S7s, and they shockingly sent me a refund because I had bought with them before. So that's actually really a pretty good phone. Decent, good price. The one I bought does have a cracked screen, and I actually got it for like $23. So you can see how the market really fluctuates. And, save $25. Really, it's, you're not going to see $62. Well, you're going to see phones for $62, but ignore that stuff. Let's see. I think this might be. No, that's still not one of the ones that I use. But that's a pretty good phone right there. $40. I personally would not spend probably over 45, and I'm really going to try to get under 30 when I'm going to buy a new phone. So, ESN, that's what I was thinking of. So, I mean, you can see that, these screens are going to be cracked. But you just got to make sure that, the big things is you got to make sure the Wi-Fi works. Got to make sure the charging port works. Got to make sure that it's not Google locked or the phone is completely locked and pen locked where you can't get into it. Now, the other thing is I'm going to warn you about if you do get these Aristo 2s, you have to shut off the automatic updates because you do not want it to go to Oreo or Pi for the Android operating system. Then you have, if it does, and if it comes with Oreo, you have to revert it back. And that will be another video where I actually did that. Or maybe, hopefully, the phone that I get is actually not Oreo. If it is Oreo, I'll show you how to roll it back. How to actually roll back all LG phones to their original operating system, because you can't just hit like two buttons. You can't factory reset it. when you factory reset, it goes to the current operating system. It does not go back to the previous one, or at least for the LG phones. So you see the Aristos that I'm looking at here, at least. I think it's a fantastic phone. I honestly, will say that they are better. Or I wouldn't say better. I'm going to say they're just as good as my Samsung S7s, even though they only have 16 gigs of memory to them. And a little weaker processor, I believe, and not, half as much RAM. But I have solid luck with these phones. I love these phones. You just have to strip all the bloatware you can out of them. And when I get my new phone, I'll be putting up a video on that. So those are the Aristos. And I don't know why I have 2 pages of Aristos there. So here are the Samsung Galaxy S7s. And when I bought mine, the prices were a lot cheaper than what you're seeing here. I bought all mine for $25 to $27. And I have, 8 of them. And this is actually the seller I got it from. And I like these guys. And, this is where I got the crappy chargers from. I like these guys, though. I mean, I had my phones here early. I had them, no issues. We played a little game of, crappy refund thing with the chargers. But I recommend these guys. Now, I would not recommend this phone. I do not like the black spots. I do not mind the lines, the pink and green lines. Those don't bother me a bit. If I was actually going to buy one of these Samsungs, I would probably, I might actually take a shot at that one, but I think this is the one I looked at earlier. Now, you got to make sure that, there's some of these that when I was buying these, that they had the buttons at the bottom missing. And I was like, holy smokes, that's crazy. And they were wanting, $30 for them. So as you saw with the picture, these are pretty good phones. This is a pretty decent phone. Now, let's find the true description. And I have not bought from this vendor. Minor issues. Okay. I like that they test everything. Like I said earlier, the IMEI and ESN, I don't care. We're not going to activate these. I do worry that they're actually stolen, but, so I think maybe I have one phone like that. Scratches, no big whoop. Who cares? As long as I'm not missing chunks out of the glass, then I'm not worried. I don't care if the cameras work or whatever. But this would probably be pretty good phone. I don't like the price, but it is what it is. That's just eBay pricing. It sucks. But I absolutely would not spend $50 on a phone. No way. No way, no how am I spending $50 on a phone. Like I said, those lines, they don't matter. Now, I think with my phones, the Samsung S7s, they do run hot. And I don't know if that's because of those lines. That was not something I was expecting. So for me, it came down with the new phone that I bought, it came down between the Aristo 2 and the Samsung Galaxy S7. And I actually did go with the Aristo 2. Not just because of the $23 price tag that came with it, but because I felt I did not need the 32 gigs, and I did not think there was a big difference between the RAM that would be a deal breaker between 2 and 4 gigabytes of RAM. I don't see that as a deal breaker. I'm checking my phones twice a day anyway to make sure they're not bogged down. And really, I don't have a lot of problems with my Aristo 2s bogging down on me. So, is this a bad phone? No, absolutely not. I have my Samsungs are actually, worse than this. They have a lot bigger lines, but and I did pay less for them. Like I had said. The last ones, I just actually took a whirl at this and checked on Majesty Pros, because I do have, I think, 16 Majesty Pros on my setup. The thing, I haven't mentioned this enough. Now, the thing I don't like about my Majesty Pros is they'll only run on the 2.4 gigahertz band for my Wi-Fi. Now, that's slow updating. It's slow downloading games. The 2.4 band gets bogged down when a lot's going through it. I will not buy any more phones that are strictly 2.4 gigahertz band phone for your network. It just doesn't. I'm just not going to do it. But these phones are very good, except for you got to be careful. Again, with the description, 8 gigabytes, unusable. When I bought my ZTE, I got them from TrackPhone. I bought them for $10 each. I think I got 18 of them, but TrackPhone also banned me from ordering more phones through them, which was a bummer. So, but really, these are good phones as long as they meet your specs. For the price, yeah, they're pretty good. And this is saying that this is original packaging. It's actually pretty doggone good. Especially, $28. If you're worried about buying some of these beat up used phones, $28 is pretty good. Not a lot of user rating on that. Not a lot of sales. But here's another one for $22. 9,000 sales. That's good. It looks like it's in good form. I personally just would not buy these, but for somebody that might be on a budget and kind of starting out, I fully recommend them. Absolutely. And as you see here, make sure that when you're buying off of eBay, you use your swag bucks, button. Hit that, take your 1%. It adds up. It really does. So hopefully, you all see what I buy. I'd like to hear in the comments section, for you that might buy some Cashmagnet phones off of eBay. What do you look for? Who what phones are you buying? I would love to hear that. So hopefully you all start getting bigger and bigger Cashmagnet farms. I've thrown out the videos on my setup. I'd be more than willing to show anybody more of my setup if you're interested in getting bigger. I know my boy Tech Hustler, he's checked with his ISP a little bit to get a bigger farm on Cashmagnet going. I'd love to see that. So start shopping there, Tech Hustler. Go get some phones off of eBay today, right now. So, all right. Well, hopefully that helps everybody out a little bit. And everybody have a great weekend. I'm not sure if I'm going to get my video up tomorrow on if I get my new phone tomorrow or not on dumping the bloatware out of it. I kind of want to get that phone up and going. I'm going to be out of town for 4 days. So I'm actually I know I'm going to put up another video next week for sure on that, on what my phone farm looks like after not touching it for 4 days. You know, I'll have zero interaction with it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a screenshot each day of my daily earnings and show you, if you ignore your phone farm for 4 days, this is what's going to happen. So be looking for that video. And like I said, y'all have a great weekend. We will catch you maybe tomorrow or next week. Take care.